Get my camera cleaned. All right. Move all this stuff. Whew. All right. Hello, knockouts. Tonya Tko here. And welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I came out earlier today. I was looking all cute. I've recorded 3 videos today. 3, right? Oh my goodness. And when I went to go edit the videos are not to be found. Well, and then when I did the search and all this other stuff, I was able to find like the thumbnail of the videos, but those would not play. It was encoded in some sort of way that is not being able to be decoded. So we are still in Mercury retrograde. So what I'm going to do is I decided to come out live. I don't have on my cute outfit and all of that. My makeup is smeared. I'm tired as hell. But I will say this before we get started. You know, some of you sleep on us YouTubers, but some of we YouTubers are very connected. And there's one YouTuber in particular that I think has some internal connections to the federal government, to the Fed. I'll just say that, to the FBI. Something is because listen, I was leaked this audio the night before last. Yesterday, I didn't make the video. And then I saw today that there are other channels who have started to spring up this video, this audio. So listen, R. Kelly is going down because even inside of his camp, leaks are springing. So let's jump into this audio. I'm going to play it over Bluetooth. You need to tell me if you can hear it or if you can't. It's an 8-minute audio. My phone right now is at 26%. So I don't know how long this video is going to be. But we're going to jump into it. I wanted to make sure that you all were here before I started playing it. So, all right. So, are you all ready? Let's jump into it. Let me know if you can hear this. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? Hey, Stacy. Hey, welcome everybody. This is being recorded live, but even if you see this after this is live, I am spilling this to you all right now. This story is taking off and it is not going to stop when I get, so you could not hear that. Okay, so some people could. All right, so that's one of the lower parts of it. I have the volume turned. You know what? Let me turn the volume all the way up. Give me 1 second. All right. So I got the volume pumped all the way up. So let's jump into it. All right. So this is a recording between Joycelyn Savage. This is young Joycelyn Savage and her voice coach. This is before she went missing. This is when she was still with her parents, etc. So, hey, welcome in, everybody. So I'm going to play this audio for you all. Remember, it's an 8-minute audio. So let's just get geared up, all right? And I'll give my intros and everything after. You know, I'm Tonya Tko, self-love specialist, and I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist. And so I hope you learn how to love yourself and each other. Let's go. Let's go. Can you... I got to handle something right now. Huh? I gotta handle something with him. About? I ended up telling him what was going on. Joy, why you do that? You shouldn't have told him anything. I told him that my parents found out that he was doing, you know, petty things, whatever. And, he was like, he still, you know, like me and all this and that. And he was like, why do you think he was private? And I was like, they found out and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you should never told him anything. You should have kept that, you know, to yourself. It's like you trying to more and more cover up for him. But at the end of the day, your family is the one going to be by your side. So what all did you tell him? I just told him that, my parents, that, you know, I told him how much we really like each other.
we was down, and we, you know,
Mm-hmm.
when we was messing around, this and that, and they had found out about what happened between us, because he was like, I want you to be honest with me and tell me what's going on, because this man, because he was just, I don't know, man.
So what do you?
It's not like he don't still want me to come out there today.
Yeah, what
He
did he
want
tell
me
you
to
to do?
told me text him.
You text him.
Yeah, he told he can't trust me. He said I have to gain his trust back because he said he really likes me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And
What did you text him?
I he wanted me to text him. I said I'm gonna go on and say I had to text. He said text him saying I lied about me and you having sex, and I lied to my parents saying that me and you had something going on. Because he's made it seem like he's gonna take both of us if anything goes on or anything like that. But I was just like, he said, you're not saying anything going on right now. He said, if anything ever goes on with that, he said, no.
Oh, so he want. In other words, he want to have proof. So in other words, he's trying to cover up his ass. That's all he's trying to do, Joy. That's basically common sense. Yeah. So in reality, you shouldn't have told him anything. At the end of the day, you have your family, and your family is the one going stick by you. And as you can see, when you told him that your family, your father and them know about it, look what he said. Oh, now I can't trust you. In other words, he's trying to get into your head. You know, because at the end of the day, he knows he's doing something wrong.
But the thing about it, I never told him about the test, about the herpes thing or STD. That's the main thing. That's the main thing my dad said he was going to sue him about. It became very positive if he gave me herpes or STD or anything like that.
Yeah, well, you better not tell him nothing about that. He'll never want to see you again.
About the herpes and stuff?
Yeah.
I ain't tell him about that.
And you shouldn't have told him anything though. That's the thing. Yeah.
And then my dad was mad. He was like, after I speak and shit, after I talk to him and everything, he was like, you better not tell him anything, this and that, blah. Now I gotta tell R. Kelly, don't mention anything about this to don't say anything about this to no one. About him, don't say anything about it to my dad or my mom, but you know, us, that you found out now about what's going on between us.
Stop telling him anything. R. Kelly is trying to cover up his behind.
Even if I am, I hope to pray to God, I hope He's praying for me. I hope to pray I don't have no herpes or nothing like that.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Like, my dad kind of was protective of it. So.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that he's trying to cover up his behind. I said at the end of the day, I'm just saying R. Kelly trying to cover up his behind.
But it sucks because I already told him.
Yeah, I know you already told him.
The only hope I can do, for sure, is to let him know, like, hey, I just pray that I don't have no STD or no HIV, no crazy.
No, your move is that don't tell him anything. Stop talking. Plead the fifth or do something. But just stop talking. Yeah, so just stop telling him anything. Anything that got to do with this, just stop telling him. Stop telling him on your father and them, Joy. Just like I keep saying, at the end of the day,
You trying to gain R. Kelly trust, but what about your loyalty to your family, your father? They the one gonna be by your side at the end of the day. R. Kelly don't give a fuck because he'll drop you at the dime. Yeah.
Oh God. I'm really praying to help out and no STD going on right now, man.
Well, the thing is, if you do got it, you should be pissed off as hell because he gave it to you. And the thing is, he's supposed to let you know. If he had any transmitted disease, and he didn't even let you know.
Yeah.
So
Fuck that. All this happened because of the Texas.
yeah, you know, stop, telling, R. Kelly anything, please,
How long?
because he's just trying to cover up his behind. What about your
What?
behind? You heard me?
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, just stop. So we aren't supposed to leave. We aren't supposed to leave to go down there.
In a minute, I gotta text him because I'm calling.
Okay, just call me back.
But
All right. Bye.
Okay. So, for those of you who are just coming inside the room, there's a few different things that I want to say. All right. This audio was leaked to me the day before, the night before last, right? And I told you all that I had some hot tea that I wanted to share with you all, okay? Now, one of the things so I'll summarize it. Rafiki saying that it's not clear. Okay. This is Joycelyn Savage when she first met R. Kelly. Remember, I put up the story 2 days ago, or the day before yesterday. I put up the story about how Joycelyn says that she was assaulted by Kelly during their first meeting. She was flown to Oklahoma, where he then told her to strip down into her underwear and walk around the room for him, and then he pushed up on her. They're claiming, so she told two of her friends and her voice coach and her son and the voice coach's son, right? And so the voice coach, the two friends have spoken to the federal government. This tape was held by the FBI, right? And it was leaked to me 2 days ago. I later found out that there's a YouTuber that has a direct connection to this coach, and the coach reached out to her personally, and she leaked this in 2018, which I did not know about. If the voice coach, see, this is what I'm saying. Kelly is going down. There's some of you who haven't heard this before. I hadn't heard it before. Listen, there are 7 billion people in the world. There are 300 million in the United States. So the video that I saw that this was put out, there were about 700,000 people who had played this video or replayed it, right? However, this is new to me. This was just leaked to me, and I'm hearing it for the first time. I want to share it with you all for the people who have not heard it. In this tape, I'm going to describe to you what happened. So the tape starts out where Joycelyn is like, her parents found out about them having sex. She called it messing around, right? And having sex, right? And she's like, she tried to explain to her parents, that they really like one another, right? So this is the stuff, listen, you can tell, and some of you are saying that she sounds like a child. She does. Somebody else said that she just wants acceptance. Oh, God have mercy. I showed you all a video of R. Kelly grooming girls backstage. And some of you were like, that's Kelly Rowland's group. This is that and the other. How long have you been thinking just because a person is in a group or affiliated with somebody that they cannot be groomed? How long have you been thinking that only teenagers are groomed? People are groomed. So these young ladies behind the stage, first of all, and you all know that I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist. When I was getting my certification, there were all different types of, so hypnotherapy and hypnosis are very similar. You use hypnosis for therapeutic purposes. That's what I do. However, there are people who use hypnosis for stage shows where you have people, they come up on the stage, they bark like a dog, they forget their last name, they count numbers and forget numbers, they can't remember colors and all of this. Look, the subconscious mind is a very strong thing. So listen to what it is that I'm saying. When a hypnotist is on the stage and they want to call people up, notice they don't call people up. They don't just come into the room and just call people up onto the stage. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. They start talking and they look out into the audience, into the people who are exhibiting certain signs of malleability, certain signs of being susceptible to the messages or suggestible to that particular hypnotherapist, right? So a person like R. Kelly, who is a manipulator, you see, it's like some of you out there, see, there's two different types of people out there. Those who manipulate, and I'll say three different types of people. Those who manipulate, those who've been manipulated, and then those who are not really sure what manipulation is or how it goes down, right? Okay. So for people out there who are manipulators, there are certain tactics that you use. And so we're talking about a grown man who has had 30 plus years. He didn't just start liking 14-year-old girls. He's had 30 years of being able to fine tune his game. So just like a hypnotist on a stage, and so for everybody who's in here, like the video, there's 412 people in here. You can close the chat area, like the video, like the video. There's only 51 likes right now. So let's go forward. You can look out into the audience and you can see, like when you all saw that video, there are two girls that are standing by the side and they're kind of like crooning to what it is that he's saying. And if you listen to what it is that the man is saying, the man is talking gibberish. What he's saying is not really making any sense. He's like, but he says words louder than the others. I'm giving you some tips from a hypnotherapist. He's like, you're going to have to learn how to obey. He says, obey. Listen. You have to learn how to listen and obey. Some of you are like, oh, that's just a job interview. No, baby, you go to a job interview and somebody telling you to obey. You need to be very leery. You need to be very leery. So let's go forward. If you listen to some of the things that Joycelyn, so we just finished listening to an audio and I'm going to play a particular part back for you because I'm curious about a certain part in there and I want to see if you heard what I heard. Okay, so basically she's like, my parents found out and she's covering up for him, right? So the voice coach is like, you're covering up for him. And she's like, well, I told my parents that we really like each other. And, they found out that we're messing around. And then R. Kelly says, well, you're going to have to gain my trust back. So now it's like, just like a dog or a horse with the carrot. The person is continuing to go forward. And he's choosing the right type of people for this. So remember, like I was saying, it's a game. So when I showed you how many of you saw that video behind the scenes where I showed you him grooming? So there were two girls on the side who were like kind of swooning, kind of going in and out of hypnosis themselves, right? While he's talking, right? And so when all is said and done, listen, some people could be like, whatever, whatever, blah, right? Some people will be like, oh, wow, this is so good. Some people won't be listening and they'll just be like, I wonder what I'm going to be cooking. Who's texting me right now, right? So then if you're in a room full of 20 people and you see two of them are swooning, then after the room clears out, you know who to approach. Remember, listen, Andrea, the person who became his wife, was a backup dancer. He knew exactly who to choose. And this is part of the reason that, you know what, and I'm part of the reason that I'm doing this video live is because the the video that I recorded earlier is trapped in some sort of vortex, and I've already contacted the company to see, because I did this video earlier, but it got messed up somehow, and it's not encoded properly. So I just decided to come out live. So he's like, you need to gain my trust back. He tells her to text him. And this is what the text says that she texts him. I lied about us having sex. That's what the text said. So that he could cover his behind. And then he says to her, I need you to send me this text in case anybody, so that it can protect the both of us. This is what he says. Protect the both of us. How is that protecting her to have her send you a text of a lie? Remember, R. Kelly is the mastermind behind this group. They're seeing if they can get RICO conspiracy charges brought against him, because it's an entire ring with handlers and scouters and people who were getting plane tickets, people who were booking houses, all of this stuff. Meanwhile, what's in R. Kelly's name? Some text messages saying, you never did this to me. I'm running away of my free will, this, that, and the other. So he has his backup right there. Meanwhile, the other people are left vulnerable. So listen, people are like, oh, she must have known what was up when she went to his room. You don't know what that man told her to get her to disrobe. You don't know if he was like, okay, I need to see whether or not you have tattoos. I need to make sure that you look good in a bikini, because, or in certain types of clothing, because we're going to be doing red carpets. And maybe he said, listen, strip down to your underwear. And she may have been reluctant. You don't know if that man was like, so Minecraft is saying there's nothing criminal being done here. Baby, go read, educate yourself. Go read the Mann Act, right? So when you fly a person to another, when you cross state lines with a person for the purpose of sex, you've broken the law. Instant indictment. MANN Act. Look it up. So listen, we don't know if he told her, nothing's going to happen. Listen, this is a professional meeting. Come on. Who do you think I am? And or listen, because how many of you ladies out there have heard that? Oh, I just want to cuddle. Oh, I just want to sit down and watch TV. Oh, I just want to Netflix and chill. How many of you have heard that? So we don't know what the man told her. We don't know if the man was like, oh, well, I just need to see blah, blah, blah. And then push up on her. You already know that you've already gotten a person who's malleable and suggestible to you. We already know, and for those of us who know women and who know girls are built in with this genetic, we've been conditioned genetically. It's passed down from person to person with this desire to please or not to seem disagreeable. Girls are very communal. We're very friendship oriented. We like to be liked and all this type of stuff. So we don't know if the guy was like, you know what, forget it. You're not ready for the big time. Go ahead, go on out. I have other auditions coming. And then she was like, okay, I'll just, you know. And then he could have been like, oh, lust just came over me. I can't help myself. And then jump her. You know what I mean? We don't know. We don't know. But one thing that we do know is that you're talking about a 48-year-old man and a 19-year-old girl. And some of you are like, that's a whole grown woman. No, I'm sorry. Chronological Earth years does not depict whether or not a person is grown. The mind doesn't finish developing until you're 25. Simple as that. And for some people, it staggers even up till 27 years old. Your mind is still developing. And so we're talking about that's a whole grown woman. A 19-year-old girl under normal circumstances is not able to mentally maneuver around the canals that an average 48-year-old is putting around on her. Now imagine a predatory 48-year-old with a 30-year track record of creating the right type of script and maneuver to be able to manipulate young girls. And you know what it's like? Some of you, you know what? And Insatiable saying she still know right from wrong. How do we know what is right or wrong? According to her, they liked each other. So we don't know what the man told her. We don't know if he was like, I really care for you. I want to be your man, or we are dating, or what. Who knows what he told her? Who knows? And Yvette is saying, I was still a kid at 19. I know up until I was 25, I didn't feel grown. I am a grown woman. But he wouldn't try that foolishness with me because I've already seen it before. He has to try it with somebody who has never seen it, never heard it before. As you see, both of those girls came from two-parent households. They may have been sheltered. There are reasons that he chooses certain people. He doesn't just choose anybody. So some of you big grown people are being disingenuous. You're being disingenuous. First of all, first of all, First of all, it wasn't until the documentary aired that most of us knew for sure that the marriage certificate between him and Aaliyah were real. It wasn't until the documentary that most of us, but all of a sudden, we're supposed to go back into the past and rewrite history like we all knew all along. I know how I was after I saw that. I didn't care what it was that he said. After I saw that videotape, I had nothing else to do with Kelly. Nothing. Because I felt in my spirit that that was him. So nonetheless, I just finished playing the recording from Joycelyn Savage and the voice coach. And if you couldn't hear it correctly or properly, put in some headphones, listen to it, look for it other places. Because it's out there now. It's out there. So you can leave your comments below. Okay, the link to the grooming video is inside of my account. If you just go to the video section, because I'm going to get out of here at the 30-minute mark. So we're going to be wrapping this up right now. I'll take a few questions. There are 530 people in here, so there's only 137 likes. So close the chat area and thumbs up the video. Right now there's 138 likes, so close the chat area, thumbs up the video. Lashona is saying Andrea isn't any better. Thanks, people need to know what can happen with people like RK. Listen, I'll say this, and I pray that I'm able to get the footage from the video that I did, because I spoke for 40 minutes, just really going in on all of the people who were revisionists, giving revisionist history, as if none of us have ever been fooled before. This is what experience is. Experience is experiencing a thing. If you've never experienced a person saying, oh, I just want to cuddle. Oh, if you come in, I'm not going to try anything. What's wrong with you? And going off. So listen, on that note, we're gonna wrap up the video. Some of us who haven't experienced something are still getting tricked out there. Big grown people. Because it's like your mind, you cannot expect for a layperson's mind to work like a career criminal. You can't. And then Sharonica is saying, just imagine how many more R. Kellys there are out there. David is saying she and Asher take their behinds home. Listen, we don't know what dirt he has on them. We don't know if they were transmitted an STD. We don't know whether or not they have an STD and they're like, well, who's going to want me now? We don't know whether or not their ego has gotten the best of them and they're like, I know deep down there's a good person in there. I don't want to prove everybody right, so I'm going to stick around until until he is able to really fully show everyone what a good person he is. Thank you, Modiva. I appreciate that. She's saying I'm stunning and appreciates my views. Thank you. All right, so listen, so we're coming to the bottom of the half hour right now, so I'm going to get out of this video. If there's anything else that you need to say, post it below. Basically, this is a video talking about how R. Kelly was covering his bases. Damn it. You know what? There was one part I wanted to play for you all again. We're going to go over the half hour mark. There was a part I wanted to play for you again. It was at the 3:55 mark. So here, let me go back to that section. I want you to see if you hear what it is that I hear. Okay, here we go.
It became very positive if he gave me herpes or yes the main thing. My dad said he was going to sue him.
Listen.
It became very positive.
It sounds like she says that's the main thing my dad says he's going to sue him about if it came back positive. Listen, I want you to tell me if you heard what I heard. I'm going to play it again for you. Here we go. Listen.
Yeah, that's the main thing. My dad said he wants to him about if it came very positive, if he gave me herpes or STD or anything like that.
Yeah, well, you better not tell him nothing about that. He'll never.
Okay. So it sounded to me like she said that's the main thing my dad said he's going to sue him about. So this is what I'm gathering, right? Let's talk about what it is that we know. What we know for sure is there were people who were recording their phone conversations. There were people who saved their text messages from back then. Like, oh, what proof do they have for the federal government or for the FBI? There were text messages that were saved. There were audios that were created. The father was talking about suing R. Kelly for possibly transmitting an STD to her. What is going on? What's happening? What's happening? So, was R. Kelly thought of as a come up for the family? Was he thought of as a come up for, her music career? Was he thought of as a come up if he did something wrong that they would sue him and possibly get some money? I don't know. Was the father just angry? Because you know what? Because she was of age, of legal age, consenting age at that time. So what could the father say? If somebody older has intercourse with your child who's 19, what can you really say? Why did you do that to my child? But then if that person says, you know what? This person may have transmitted an STD to me. What do you say as a parent? Is your first thought, I'm going to kill this person? Is your first thought, I'm going to beat up this person? Is your first thought, I'm going to sue this person? Is your first thought one or the other? Is your second thought, I'm going to sue this person? I don't know. I don't know. But this is what we know for sure, that people were recording their conversations and that it may have been stated that the father was thinking about a lawsuit against him. This is what we know. And she was saying in the tape, I hope and pray I don't have herpes or HIV. It sounded like she was about to say HIV, but then she stopped herself. Listen, I'm gonna get out of here. I want to see your thoughts below. I want the video to be short enough for people to be able to watch it, and I also want to be able to weigh in. Do you know what I mean? So listen, I love and appreciate you. Holly Frazier is saying it's called extortion. No, that's not extortion. That's not extortion. If a person, listen, he could have filed a civil suit. It's illegal to know that you have an STD and transmit it to somebody. It's like we really need to educate ourselves before we start talking, because we make ourselves sound very silly. We make ourselves sound very silly. So why are these girls staying with R. Kelly? We don't know. We don't know. He could have gotten dirt on, because the man he's playing chess. While he's getting with people who have the mental capacity for checkers, he's playing chess. He's covering his bases before you even get to the base. So who knows? Perhaps he has people do an initiation. Maybe that's why they're calling it a cult. Maybe he has people do an initiation. Maybe that's why he's recording. Because remember, in Surviving R. Kelly, there was a girl who says that she was on film. She was 16 at the time. That she was on film messing around with this girl who she also thought was, and then she found out that the girl was 14. So who knows why he was filming? Maybe he's filming to get evidence on people, evidence of them committing a felony, which would make it less likely for them to turn dime or flip dime on him. What is it? What is it? Turn dime. What is it called? Drop dime, or turn evidence on him. Who knows? Who knows? So somebody inside the audience is saying, Kara Mommy is saying, my first thought would be to sue for not disclosing the disease. So see? And so sincerity is saying, oh, crazy that the recordings are coming out now. You know what? Some of these recordings, like this recording in particular, was given to a YouTuber about a year ago, right? Listen. And then it was these things that prompted the FBI to open up an investigation. So it was like maybe they weren't listening. I mean, look how many missing black girls and boys there are out now. And nobody's paying attention. Maybe they had to do desperate measures in order to listen to. Maybe, maybe, maybe. So on that note, I want to jump out of here because I want to read your comments below. Felicia saying the father was on YouTube with a bat. Can you send me that video? We're getting ready to get out of here. People are like, okay, there's a person named Daniel that needs to be blocked. Let me just do that before we jump out of here. Where's his stuff? I don't see any comments from him. But we're getting ready to get out of here anyway. So, oh, brother. Yeah, you're right. He does out of here writing some foolishness. Ugh. I can't find it. But like I said, I don't want, you know what? Oh, here we go. Oh, no, that's not him. That's somebody named. All right. It's too late. We're getting out of the recording, right? We're getting out of here right now. I'll go back and block him from the other area because that person needs to not be able to comment on my channel with his nonsense. But there's so many comments in here. So listen, like the video. There's 257 likes. There's 548 people in here. Like the video. Share the video. Maybe there are other people who haven't heard it. There's some people who this came out before. But listen, desperate times calls for desperate measures. Maybe this to be released in order for people to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? So listen, on that note, I'm going to get out of here. I will see you all in the next video. All right? Tonya TKO and I'm out. In the next video, we're going to be reviewing Joycelyn's videos to see, can she sing? We're going to answer that question. Can she sing? All right? So on that note, I'll see you all later. Thank you all for coming out. TKO and I'm out. Peace. Go out there and love one another, but most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is listening to your instinct. Even if you're naive, listen to that wiser, older part inside of you. And just pay attention to that, to what your internal guiding is telling you to do or not to do. You know what I mean? That way you avoid a lot of stuff when you listen to your internal guiding. And remember, go over to my website, tonyatko.com. Download your free MP3, which will assist you in relaxing and releasing. All right. So that's tonyatko.com. Get your MP3. I'm also doing my 1 year sale of the pure all natural vitamin E. I'm doing that right now. So I will see you all in the next video. All right. Tonya TKO and I'm out. Peace.